Welcome back to another live trading session, traders. First day of trading week, starting another trading day, and with this new trading week we have seen some kind of movement, very strong movement that you can see in the market, and looking for the new trading opportunity in this session here. And I hope that you guys also ready for this big trading week. And as we can see, the market is, in fact, if you look at with the market open, it dropped quite a bit, more than we expected. Now, I expected to this level here from this daily open, expected to nearly 1000 pip. Now we see that since the market open on the daily, the market dropped to nearly 3800 pip, which is a big move that happened today. And now, as the market has dropped here, now it's on a pullback. We might find again in this volatile market another trading entry opportunity here, and I'm looking at to straight away enter any position coming along the way. So we will be looking at the full analysis, and I'm waiting for all members to show up. Say yes if you are here. Make sure you like this stream. Join the Telegram channel that you can find link below this video. Thanks for joining here, and let's look at here how the market is trending. Welcome back to this live trading session. I believe that you guys are ready. So which way you are looking at gold? Today we have seen that there is a sudden breakout, and I think there was a tweet from Trump. So that might be just we have seen there is a tweet. Okay, so postpone any and all military strikes against Iran power plant. So and energy infrastructure for a 5-day period. So there's a 5-day period pause in energy infrastructure strike that was previously discussed. So which is just the energy structure, and what we can see that there was a tweet just now on Truth Social. So what it says that I'm pleased to report that the United States of America and the country of Iran have had over the last 2 days very good and productive conversation regarding a complete and total resolution of our hostilities in the Middle East based on the tenor and the tone of this in-depth details and constructive conversations, which will continue through the week. I've instructed the Department of War to postpone any and all military strikes against Iranian power plants and energy infrastructure for a 5-day period, subjected to the success of the ongoing meetings and discussions. Thank you for this. Okay, so that, as I mentioned earlier, guys, always keep eye on the current news. As soon as this news came out, we see there is a surge in the market move. So you can see there is a drop on oil price. So you can see now we will be discussing also the psychology behind it. This is the key, guys. This is, I always tell that always understand the psychology behind each move in the market, because there is a clear psychological explanation and as well as clear psychological discussion that you can see in the market for each of these situations. So now let's look at here in this zone here. If you look at gold, and if you look at that USD/JPY, and we will be looking at one by one, and also if you look at the DXY, that you can see the market is had a initial drop. So this is this drop that you can see, we could see a permanent change in the trend if this negotiation goes in successful direction. That means gold start to bullish, but I don't see it directly now changing entire trend. But we can see that there might be some kind of manipulation or liquidity gap. I don't want to use the word manipulation because it's just the liquidity gap. So the market might be using that liquidity gap for another move, or we could see that the market is just preparing for another wave of drop. So we'll see that which way it's gonna be heading, but we will be leaving, I will be keeping this as a reference to see that how the market is reacting at the moment. If you look at that on gold, as soon as this news came out, you can see there is a bounce. Now, why this bounce happened? Let's understand it. Now, if you look at that, basically, let's understand that. Now, gold usually, if you look at during the time of war or geopolitical crisis or global economical crisis, gold usually become bullish. I don't understand, guys. This is a nature of gold because it's a safe haven currency, right? Now, this time we saw that during the war, gold was dropping is because of the energy bullish. Okay, so we can see that if you look at WTI, XAUUSD was highly bullish. So the investor were more of heading towards the energy, and there was a significant move that we can see during the energy. And now with this, if we look at with the current trend, with the current event, that means the news. One thing is the news, the other thing is the actual productive outcome. So two things, right? Now with the news, we saw that there was a initial reaction. That means the market try to go in that direction if that things happen. So we saw that there was an initial rejection. Now sometimes this kind of move that can be a catalyst for another wave of drop. So we can see that on gold here, if you look at from this support, the market has gone back to the upside. Now at this session, in this session, that I would still be looking for the trend continuation here. If you look at the daily chart, now let's look at the technical here. Now if you look at the technical, today is the first day of trading week, guys, and we can see that from the technical, the market has any trade active sub, not yet. We are looking for an entry. The market is on the key level, right? So if you look at here, this is a key level, and if you look at the technical on gold, that so far the market has dropped a lot. From the weekly, it dropped. If you look at the monthly, it reached that golden ratio. So I was looking at the Fibonacci. This is the monthly impulse, this impulse here. And if you look at the market has reached this golden ratio of the Fibonacci. And with that golden ratio, so we are looking at here. All right, so here is what you can see. The market is maintaining this uptrend here, where this is the monthly, this is the 61.8% Fibonacci level that you can see. And in that 61.8% Fibonacci level, okay, so which is, you can see the market has reached that golden issue, which is the maximum Fibonacci level that we can expect in this movement. Now with this Fibonacci pullback here that you can see in that market, the price is potentially, now it's on a pullback. So we will be looking at in that pullback that to see where the market is heading here at the moment. So this is what we're looking at from the weekly, from this support level here that you can see the market has reached that higher level in that area here on gold. Now I'm looking at the 4-hour chart, guys. So you can see that after this candle close, there is an initial bounce that we can see here in that area. And with this bounce, the market has moved back above. And you can see the market is moving back to the upside here. And with this move, this is where the price action is approaching that key level. And with this key level, they're expecting the market to go ahead and create a new higher high here. Now lower time frame that I'm looking at, traders here, now we might see further upside, or we could see again another downside here in that market. So let's see that where it is heading at the moment. And looking at this lower time frame, if the market is creating another bounce here, we will be able to see that here in this zone the liquidity sweep and the market is going back up, or you could see the market to again return back down in that direction. Welcome. Thank you very much. Now here is the, if you look at, this is a bullish engulfer. Now here is what we can see. This is the long a big bull candle here that you can see on the 30-minute chart. And what we are looking at here in this market, for the price to eventually go ahead, cross this high, and then to fill that zone, and then to eventually, if you look at that, what I think, because this is a strong downtrend, there is a strong selling pressure that has happened in this market. Now in that strong selling pressure that if you look at, okay, now as the market is in this trend where there is a higher area of value, okay, and so I'm looking at the trend line. It has entirely broken out of this trend line here, right? So with this breakout of this trend line, as the market has broken out of the trend line, they're expecting this market eventually to trend further back below here in that area. So where we are looking at for this price action to bounce back here, feeling below the 1 hour opening. Thank you very much. I think we will go down as pull back to around 4270 level, feeling below. There is a very high chance, because the market usually very unlikely that it's gonna straight go back up. It is straight, because if you look at, it's a very long downtrend. If we look at the 30 minutes now, right, you know, we see the couple of days, but look at the 30 minutes price action from this zone. It is in a sharp downtrend. So in such a stronger downtrend, it is unexpected to see that straight going to reverse and continue to trend up, because a trend is not developed in one day, neither it's gonna be ending in just one day. or in 1 hour. It requires significant amount of sideways movement, retest, liquidity grab before it finally peak back to the upside. How can you deposit? So you can contact their support, because every platform has their support and they should have some kind of instruction that you guys can follow. Thank you very much. So if you look at here from this support, that you can see this is a narrow doji, which is a stronger bullish confluence here. And as the market is in that trend, they're expecting this market to eventually that what I think there is a potential for rejection in that direction here. All right, so here is, if you look at with this big 15 minutes red candle, they're expecting the market to respect that resistance and then to drop. Now I'm still looking for any kind of sell opportunity here. Thanks for joining. And also, what's your bias? I'm going to share a pool here, traders. What is your bias on gold? Should I take sell from current level? I'm planning to do so. Let's wait a little bit to see that how the market lower time frame trend is doing, because you want to see that it's still in an uptrend, and you want to see that complete change of uptrend to a downtrend before we look at that entry. That's the key. Always trade the market that is highly trending. Now if you look at early Asian session, okay, this is the trade that I have opened. If you looked at as soon as the market opened earlier today, and this also the trade was sent out in the premium group. If you look at now, let me explain why I have sold this. Now this was a falling market, and yesterday's, if you look at our premium analysis that I have posted. Now currently, for those just to let you know that the mentorship entry is it's closed now, but you can stay connected in the free Telegram over the weekend, because at the moment the position is fully full, and I would really want to focus on the training the current premium members. But each Sunday I have a Zoom session. You might be able to yesterday's in Zoom session we have taken few members in the academy, and if you are keen to join, make sure that you join the Sunday Zoom session, because I really want to take the serious members who are really take their trading to the next level. Okay, so there's a free Telegram channel link that I'm giving in the live chat. You can join, and make sure you, if you are dedicated, there's no guaranteed that you will get the place, but if you join the Sunday Zoom session where I'm teaching some of my tricks and strategies, after the lesson you might be able to get a lucky, if you're lucky, you might be get access to the academy, and you can stay connected there by joining the Telegram. While also in this live session you can learn a lot. I'm coming on live every single day, but the premium membership now closed for some period of time until we get the new position open for you. But you can stay connected in the free Telegram whenever it opens, and also during the Sunday's Zoom session I take serious. If anyone is serious, I see that you're really dedicated to take your trading to the next level, you will be getting access to everything, including our automated trading system, as well as the regular signal entry and also the trade analysis. So that being said, here we are looking at, now you can see the market is slowly changing its directional bias, and with that direction here, the market, if you look at here, it's trying to break that low, and what we see that the market may eventually come back here to this support. This is what we're looking at in that area. This is where there is a liquidity sweep, and expecting this market to eventually come back down here. Let's see that here on this lower time frame. Now this is a pretty long wick candlestick pattern that you can see. Now with this long wick candle on the 30 minutes chart, that looking for this market to eventually come back below here in that area. And let's look at let's look at here how we can find an entry, right? I would like to see how many members are ready to get an entry here. Thank you very much. Welcome, welcome. Ready? Okay. So we are looking at here. And by the way, make sure you join the Telegram link given. So I am waiting 2 minutes so that everyone get an entry to the Telegram, and so that you are not missing any time there is any promotion coming. So it's on the live chat, and also you can find the first link below this video. Cool. Now here what we can see as the market trend. So here you can see the market has shown 15 minutes dodgy, more downside. 15 minutes dodgy. Yep, we can see that. All right, so here what we can see that this is the 15 minutes candle is closing as a doji. Chances that we might see the market to eventually come back to this support level here, which is an important area of value that we can see in this zone. And with this move, that if you look at, that's an important area of value. And with this area of value, because it's a high liquidity zone, right? So that's an high liquidity zone. Now from this, at the end of the candle close, if we see the full body healthy green candle close, okay, so here is what you can see from delays here and strikes. Yeah, so there was a tweet on Truth Social. So it's about the so there was a deadline that we have seen yesterday on the news, that for opening Strait of Hormuz there was a 48-hour ultimatum. So that ultimatum now moved to 5 days. So basically it's moved to 5 days for discussion. This is what he said. So this is what I think, this is what I mean. Very good. So there is a progress. Okay, very good productive conversation, and complete total resolution, and a complete and total resolution for a hoster. Okay, so there is a productive conversation and resolution. So that moved now for like this is a post. So it's a good productive conversation. So complete resolution, and based on the details. So this is a postpone any and all military strike against Iranian power plants and energy infrastructure for a 5 days period. So language is important because what it carries, right? So it says that postpone for military strikes against Iranian power plants and energy structure, right? So it's important to understand that what it says, and for 5 days period. So subjected to the success of the ongoing meetings and discussions. Okay, so subjected to the success of ongoing meeting and discussion. So there is a 5 days ongoing meeting and discussion. All right, and during this 5 days, the ultimatum was given that there will be an attack if Strait of Hormuz is not closed within 48 hours. There will be power plant attack, which, starting with the biggest one, has been postponed. Only that part of this things. Okay, so this is what it carries, that what I understood here, not the entire whole thing. So understanding very important, but I think, all right. So here what you can see that this is if you look at a big move, pullback, sideways market, and they're expecting the market to come down back below here. And now let's look at here in that area. Now with this trend line, all right, so this is a trend line is breaking out of that level that you can see. Awesome. So with this break, what you can see, guys, with this 15 minutes doji, yeah, it's breaking. There is a fair value gap here. All right. So we with the first trade that we have opened, and because there is a stronger liquidity sweep, now we can see the market is here, that it's a bearish engulfer. And with this bearish engulfer, the market is this is where if you look at the market is this is the lower time frame drop that you can see in this area. And with this drop, they're expecting the market to continue to trend back down here to this support level. Now, have you guys looked at the market? You can see it's bouncing off this level. And with this bounce, that you could see the market is crossing that trend line and could reverse down back below. This is what you're looking at. So with this, if you look at series of lower high, the market is eventually, there is a significant, if you look at in this area, it's a complete 1 minute bullish fair value gap. And if the market breaks that low, there is a higher chance for this price to drop down here to this support level here in that area. So this is what we are looking at, and I'm looking at for potential entry. Back to back two bearish engulfer with a liquidity sweep. If you look at both of these 5 minutes candlestick pattern cross the previous one's high, are you going to look at to sell? How many of you agree that we could find a sell here? Though there is a risk, but I would be looking to see. All right, so there's no gain without risk, but managing risk is the key, right? You can't trade without taking the risk. Managing the risk is the key. Okay, thank you very much. So here is the liquidity sweep. The market trend here showing that there is a downtrend in that area. Let's see that, where we can look for a possible move back here for this fair value gap. I'm still not entering, just looking to see if that's worth taking and the risk management is okay. So you can, it's a pretty highly volatile, the market here at the moment. And okay, so I'm looking at this sell. If you look at, I'll be going for this sell here. And for this move down with a smaller risk, giving my stop loss at this high here. We might see the break of trend line, but with a smaller risk, as I mentioned, PIP doesn't matter. The most important part is the risk. I would like to drop that lower. So there is a, if you look at from this, we might see the market is going to retest this trend line. If we get that to stop loss, we will be re-entering again. That's fine. We do have to enter a few times sometime. The key here is to keep the risk low, and after back-to-back 5 minutes bearish engulfer, the market is now trying to show up to the upside here, and so to see we have some upside move from this level. My entry was little earlier, but that's waiting to see that how the market is reacting to that. If it continues, then continues. So if you this is look at the 15 minutes chart, and I think for me it's a higher chance for the market to fill this. If you look at, there is a stronger breakout, but at the same time it left a pure imbalance here in that area. So if the market is not coming to fill this imbalance, strongly going back up, then we could see that there is a stronger move upside. That means there might be stronger buyers here, but for me, which is less likely to happen, but anything can happen in trading. Trading is all about probability, not only probability, also look at the quantum probability, right? So anything can happen, and keep it in mind. Always do the risk management, and that's where the difference between a successful trader and non-successful trader is who is doing the risk management, who is not doing the risk management. All right, so you can see that here at the move that you can see in this area that the market is slowly building this momentum back below. We are looking to see it to come back down here. Now if it melt down back below, we could see that there is a fair value gap, and with this fair value gap we could see the market to continue to drop down here. All right, so we can see some is there any update here? So all major strikes against Iranian power plants. Okay, so we looked at that. Now this is the current the big news, and we can see the market is reacting. We started to see that coming to my profit zone, and I am running in profit at the moment, and I will be giving a shout out if in case I am closing. But if the market breaks this low here, that looking to see that there is a, if you look at below this level, this is a pure imbalance, and always look at the imbalance, guys. Fair value gap is very, very important to trade, because if you see the market is approaching a fair value gap, and with a bigger momentum, there is a higher chance the market will keep dropping to that direction, and that's where the best trade comes, because the market constantly strive for balance. Okay, so it's like an universe is also constantly strive for balance. Okay, so it's considering as like that. So, and that is where to look at. If you look at, as there is an imbalance from the buyers just a few minutes ago, the market might come to fill that zone. And as the longer term trend is, that's a higher time frame trend is bearish, we could see the market to eventually come down to that level here. Thank you very much. And we are on this trade. Okay, it's coming down. I'm happy to see some profit running with me. And I will you guys also have the same. Let's wait to see if it is sliding down further. The market is pretty volatile, and you want to take with this small move, it almost moved to me nearly to 200 pip. And you want to see further downside and want to take this trade successfully, look for another one. Always stay hungry as a trader with risk management, of course. That's the key. It's getting upside here. Now this move, if it successfully continues, then we will be seeing that the market is coming down, and I'm still holding on to that and looking to see if the market is eventually maintaining this move down back below to this level here, where there is a higher area of value. Okay, running in, we see there is a 1 minute bearish engulfer. Looking forward to see it to continue to drop down back below, and I'm holding on to that for bigger profit target to run on. And by the way, traders, make sure you like this stream and also subscribe to the channel. And for those in the premium, definitely probably you are also with this trade. I have shared the same trade with entry, stop loss, and take profit target, so that the members in the academy also can follow along. I'm out 230 pip. Okay, I'm still holding on to that. And okay, so in the meantime, traders, for those who want to be part of Forex Trading Wizard Academy, each Sunday we have an extended Zoom session, and I would like to see that only serious members coming in the academy. So if anyone interested to join the academy, currently only exclusively available for for those who will come on that Zoom session that I'm taking in over the Sunday during the NY session. From that, we'll be selecting 1 or 2 members each week based on the availability. So stay connected. The link will be given on the free Telegram for the Zoom link, where you can attend the Zoom session, see how we are trading everything, and then only if you are selected, you can be part of this Forex Trading Wizard Academy, where you can access all my trading tools, indicators, strategies, signal, as well as the mentorship guidance one-on-one as well from me. And that's why I keep it now very limited, because we had an incredible results that we are productive every single day, trading the market with incredible accuracy and profit, and we want to focus on that, maintaining that quality. Today's trade that we have opened during the Asian session open yesterday, also I have posted an update on that, and you guys can see that we are trading on live here, running profit. Now with this trade, I'm running almost 300 pip running profit, and I believe that you guys also running in. I might close at any point in time if needed, but still I'm on this. All right, so still there is a chance for the market to come down here, and I am still holding on to that. Do you see some upside here? Let's wait to see. It just has broken that support. All right, so if this 1 minute candlestick pattern, this green candle not closing with a bigger green body, the chances for the drop again, because that means that there is a weaker seller from this market here, and I'm looking at this to happen potentially for the market to drop down further. We can see some weaker response from the seller, from the buyers, and we can see stronger response from the seller. But at this point where the market is, I will not be taking any loss. So therefore, at any point, I might be closing if needed. Okay, I'm exiting the current trade with the running profit. Profit taken. And we could see further downside, but we have gained enough here. I've taken 310 pip nearly. Profit taken 310 pip. All right, so done. Profit taken. Can you give feedback? We will be re-entering again when needed. But in the meantime, if you guys have taken the profit, say yes in the live chat that you have taken the profit. I just had closed it. And I'm sharing the screenshot and also the detailed P&L in the premium group. So I've closed it here, and I will be looking for more entry shortly after. Market is trending, and you want to take that further to the next level. few positions opened. This is a complete fair value gap. So we will be, if we see the breakout structure, we'll be re-entering again for another entry. It's coming down and maintaining this downtrend here is a significantly bearish market structure that you can see in this market. This might be, I think this breakout could be a false breakout, and if it is a false breakout, we might see that complete trend continuation back below to this key support area. We would like to see that what kind of market structure it might be forming here, and it's essential to see if the market is eventually trending back down to this support, so that we can find another entry if we see that the market is showing up this kind of structure here in that area. Okay, so it is bearish engulfer. The market may eventually continue to trend back down here. Welcome traders. If you're enjoying the live session, make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Press the notification bell so that you're not missing any of the content that I'm posting every day. Here you can see still downside move. Good morning. Thank you very much. What should we sell target? You have opened the sell and you have closed to 310 pip mine and made 480. How about you, sir? I'm 310. I got a bit less, but I'm happy with that. We'll be looking for again entry. And by the way, share your pip with the previous trade. Traders, how many pip that you have gained with this trade? Now, if it is coming in this direction here, breaking that low, there is still fair value gap and we still could see that continuation down here further. We'll see that, or it still can continue to rise depending on now how the market structure is forming in this area. So you can see here, so far this is the 1 minute price action has shown that there is a potential for trend continuation back below. And we will be re-entering again as soon as it appears for us to be able to enter. Okay, so here is the big double top where the market is showing up that there might be a potential downside further. And we will be, as soon as we can find suitable entry, we are looking at for the re-entry in that area. Thank you very much. Sir, have you checked the news? Iran sources saying there's no talk with USA. Okay, I made 875,050 from that gold trade. Welcome. You know, we all made. I also made. I think, I'm not sure if it is a dollar. If you made that much USD, it's a big one. 875,050. That's a big money. It's in US dollar. That's pretty big. Mine is here. I made 1400 for this trade, and earlier during the Asian session we made you know, this is 1100. So now we're looking for more with the current entry. The market is, if you look at the trend, is still showing that there is still continuation potentially, and we are looking at good job. Anything that you make, always keep on your trading account. That's the key, right? So don't FOMO trade, don't over trade, just simply let it be, right? Let that profit running and wait for the next one and the next one. That's how trading is, right? Now we see there is a candle close on the 15 minutes that has pushed that market back above in this area. Well done. Now, had a trade running that I had to close. Okay, so now at the moment, let's wait for the next move that you can see here. Okay, so we can see from this we have taken this trade, and now looking this is the back-to-back two trades winner in this area. Now if you look at from this, the market is pushing back up. So with the current progress with this is a very important news that you can see that postponing. So there is a pathway has created potentially for some talk, and that has given some optimism in the market, and you can see that, and that has reflected on some of the instrument. So on oil, that you can see there was a drop, but again the buyers is buying. Can you tell me why again the buyers is buying? So let's understand that, guys. What is the context for the long-term trading, and what is the context with the short-term trading here? And if you look at with the news, we have seen there was a spike on oil below, and again it's creating a long week candlestick pattern. Can you know that what could be the potential reason for that? The market is rejecting here back above. So that's a key points to look at. Thank you very much. And okay, so the reason that is happening, firstly, because the oil price has made its a significant breakout, it's not gonna be ending overnight. All right, so there has been significant move happen, and so therefore what we could see, past will tell you what is likely to happen in the future. See that what happened during the Russia-Ukraine war. So this is the oil price reached that peak during the Russia-Ukraine war, and especially Russia-Ukraine war was not centered on many of the oil. Now we can see that with the current Middle East war is also a big concern or centered on oil. So during that Russia-Ukraine war, you can see this is a war candle, and then 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13, almost 3 to 4 months the market was in an uptrend before it started to finally move in a downtrend. So with the current and then since then we saw the market was in a downtrend, while during the pandemic we saw that there was a negative price has reached, right? So now we can see the similar kind of structure, almost the similar. If you look at gap open with a big green candle, this is the weekly chart, followed by gap with a red candle, Now you can see the similar gap open with a big green candle with a gap with a red candle. But there is a difference here. See, if you look at this red candle is a bigger body or the larger body with a smaller gap. So there was a seller, so a bit of stronger, while this one green candle is much bigger and the red candle is smaller and gap is bigger. There is a long wick. So in this zone, the buyers are much more stronger than in this zone. All right. So therefore, there is a higher chance that at some point it is not unusual to see that oil will move past 126 level. However, at the moment we can see that it's on in this drop. So it might move in a sideway, or we could see how the next things happening later will also determine how the oil price will be in the near future. But I think it's gonna stabilize at any point, because also there is a lot of alternative energy source available then in 2022, which might also create some kind of accommodation. So at the moment, so whenever if you look at that oil is coming down, the buyers actually looking to go long in that market. So if you look at here on gold, the similar way, you can see the market after creating this low, it has made its move back here. Now let's see that where, because this is a trend line that you can see here, and with this trend line, so I'm looking at here for any kind of sell entry along the way. Do you use 200 SMA? I usually use this 20 and 10 exponential moving averages, but 200 simple moving averages, if you look at, is 200 SMA. It's usually for the higher time frame. For the lower time frame, you don't need this lower time frame. You don't need this 200 for the lower time frame. Usually for the lower time frame is more of the fast EMA is more of, so the bigger as the higher time frame, for higher time frame is 200 SMA is where you can look at. Okay, so here is to look at now. At the moment, this is where the market has created smoke, and if the market trend back from this, we saw that there is a break of trend line. Is still there is a possibility now for another wave of drop here. So this current level 4390, good for selling entry in gold. We can see some kind of downside here. The 4-hour candle so far has moved significantly, and from the 30 minutes that you can see it's closing. So I would like to look at again fresh perspective, deleting all of our previous levels to see what kind of market strategies form. 30 minutes price action, if you look at from this, it's creating another structure that we can see here, and we're still not looking to see any kind of, if you look at here, the buyers look pretty weaker in that zone here, and that might be the market to eventually cross this high, and you'll see that where it is heading to. So Ali Abdul said that sir, we have checked that news. Iran sources there was no talk with the US. Okay, look, the only, you know, so the reliable source that we can found is here, which is the social. We can confirm that this is what certainly came from Donald Trump. Now, any other things that, you know, until you can verify it, it's very difficult to know that actually where the information. Okay, so you can see here, I got it now. Iran Foreign Ministry, no talk with Washington, accuses US President of buying time as regional de-escalation effort continues. Foreign Minister, no talk with Washington, accuses US President of buying time as a regional de-escalation effort continues. Okay, so we just audience, right? Now the thing is that, okay, we see the market also moving, which is good for us to see that we might be able to find another entry here. Cool. Financial juice is good for news. Yes. Yeah. So the news usually makes the market move sometime a lot, right? So which is the market usually moves a lot with the news sometime. If you look at, that's a part of trading. That's why it is so important that you always look at the overall picture in the market. So with this, the current update that Iran Foreign Minister no talk with the Washington. Okay, so that means, you know, what we have seen that from here there is a pause for 5 days for the talk, and from here it says that there is no talk with the, So that means what do you think? What is the outcome of this? I would like to see that what members are thinking about this. First, like the stream and say your what do you think, that why there are two contradictory information. What could be the reason? So share your thought on that. Now, asking question is very important. You know that when you ask question, it's gonna really builds a strong muscle, which is very important to look at. So Iran Foreign Ministry not talk with Washington, accuses US president of buying time as regional de-escalation efforts continue. So here is, if you look at the lower time frame, and with this 5 minutes bullish engulfer. Now, are you going to see the market to coming back below here or continuing back above? This is what we would like to see in this move. In fact, how the market is evolving from the 30 minutes perspective, that you can see the market has, after this doji, it's trying to break to the upside, but I think the market, if you look at this is an order block here. So there is a strong buying happen in that area. That buying has to hold. That means more buyers needs to come to buy in this falling market. We'll see that what is happening, and based on how the market might be reacting to that. Got any feedback? Thank you. Propaganda, confusion, ranging market. Good if for not buying in gold items. Okay. No, propaganda is a different thing. Propaganda is when like saying something which is not at all. So what here is that it's not, I wouldn't consider categories as a propaganda. Propaganda is like, for example, if you say bad about something or someone which is not true, that is propaganda. Okay, so that means you are ruining the reputation of something. That is called usually the propaganda. Now this is not propaganda. So then what it is? Confusion, range. Yeah, that's one of them. Confusion and ranging market, not bad. What else? What else could be? Confusion and ranging. Like this is one of the things that you can consider. Confusion. So the market is ranging, and that's why, isn't it? What else, guys? Confusion and false breakout. We saw that there was a breakout. Now, so with the news, there is a breakout, and because it's not going ahead, so it's a false breakout and the market coming down. That could be one way. Confusion and false breakout. What else? Anyone has any reason for that or idea? Thank you. Do you trade live here or just teach? Of course, you already have a position that closed in profit and you are looking at the next entry. Of course, you trade every single day. So what do you do here? Have you seen our previous trade? Just a couple of minutes ago, you have secured 310 pips. Some members secured 410 pip. And of course, without trading, you can learn trading, right? That's the key. Okay, so now I'm locked in with you. Thank you very much. We are all locked in, and that's what we enjoy. I just got in first time seeing you. Thank you very much for being, and I believe that you will enjoy here. Every single day we are trading live, and also we discuss some interesting topic here. So today's here we are looking at these two news back to back, came one after the other. So the first one, there's a tweet on Truth Social from Trump saying that there is a constructive talk and negotiation that postponed for 5 days, attacking any power plant or energy structure. And all of a sudden, there's another one came from Iranian foreign ministry saying that no talk with Washington, accuses his president of buying times. But you know what? if I would say that yeah, we had a chat and it's going to be resolved very soon, and that so, isn't it? Because contradicting create more of that. What do you say? Okay, let's because we don't know. Okay, but we know one thing, and I believe you guys also in that. What's happening here? Pushing up. So here looking at, I'm at $275 balance, trying to turn on 1100 a day, depending on what strategy you're using. It's the key to look at here is can he sell? No, it's, you see that there is a buying pressure coming. Not gonna sell. It's trying to push up further, and it might go for this deeper pullback. It's rising back up here, trying to turn 275 into 1100 a day, and you will blow. Yeah, in a day 275 into 1100. It's not one day, it might happen, but it's very unusual to happen. It's not a good idea to do that. Okay, so here we are looking at that we have secured our first trade, and I'm looking at here, guys. You can see that the market is trending here again, and because it's trending back above, the chances for the market to continue its trend in that direction here is that you can see. And with this, if you look at this 30 minutes price action, the market is showing that uptrend here, where the resistance line, and the market may, if you look at, we can see that it's showing that upside bias. Now usually when the market changes trend, it moves like that with a sudden breakout. Has the DXY changed its trend? So you can see some downside momentum on DXY, which is also on WTI trying to break below. So with this, if you look at extended fair value gap, we might be able to find another entry here in that area. With a trend line breakout, the market is now maintaining its uptrend back above here in that area. Looks possible. Yeah, 4500, it's almost reaching there. There is an upside bias that you can see here. Most likely you'll see the market to cross this high, and after break of this high here, we may see that continuation, or the chances the market will break this high or retest, and then could see that eventually returning back down. All right, so you might see that it's coming back down here, or we could see that continuation further upside in this market. So here we'll see, wait for the market to continue to break that high, and once it breaks this high to the upside, then we might see either a potential for sell or buy. If you look at, this is a smaller candlestick pattern forming in that resistance, which is sign of the market eventually to break this high to the upside here. Yeah, so it's putting pressure on this resistance line, and chances that it's gonna go ahead and break this high. We would see that breaking that high, and after break of this high, we'll see that if the market is still maintaining its uptrend, or after the overextension, it's coming down again back below. Now it has crossed this high, right? We have seen that the market has crossed this high, and with this cross of this high, the price may now try to go back to the next liquidity. So this is the next liquidity zone. If you look at the 4-hour here, also that with the day, now also the market reached that daily level, right? So the daily opening is 4534, and it came to in such an important level that the market may try to push that 4534, which is the daily high, and it is getting a rejection. If you look at the weekly and the monthly, from the monthly Fibonacci, so you can expect a significant reaction of this level here. Okay, while the market is moving, we are going back to our discussion. So what do you think that here this two side by side opposing information, now what is going to happen next? Can you predict that? Okay, so observation is key. Let me give you a technique, will help you. So when you see this, that you cannot find out, just observe and just observe. So because anything that you will create inside your mind will manifest outside. So just say that the only remain in the limitation of not knowing, then it will appear exactly it should be. So the key here is not to guess, but to less. Remain only with the information. So for example, if I look at this whole thing, I will only rely on this information, because this is where this is Donald Trump's verified Truth Social. Okay, this information is what I will fully look at, that came from the right source. But the other one here, I don't see any verified account that it has come from. We see that there is a Roblox Global, not sure what it is, 70k folks, I don't know what it is, so I'd like to close that. I shouldn't look at it. But so therefore just remain only up to that. Don't add, don't subtract, just keep observing what's happening. Got that point? Thank you very much. Zabian is 6834. If he is spending money for resources, then price go up, and if peace, no war demands, then supply are affected. What do you mean by this? If he's spending money for resources, then price goes up, and if peace, no war demand, supply. Didn't understand what you mean by, it's very complex English. Can you clarify that if you don't mind? We didn't understand it. Okay, wanted to say something. All right, so here is what you can see in this area. I don't understand what they mean either. Okay. Are we going to sell? That's a good question. Are you going to sell? Still not yet, because the market is on the daily resistance line. Okay. So as the market in the daily resistance line, we are looking at here what I think there is an eventual further move here back up. Have some music on, a bit louder. So okay, I got your point. So basically, so with Forex Factory news and Trump saying no strike, that could possibly drop gold volatility. So basically, like a camera market, volatility will keep moving. Okay, because either this way or that way. Because the news mean either you buy oil or you buy gold. You don't keep the cash on your hand, right? So if there's a strike on power plant, then energy got scarce, so buy energy. If there's no strike, then gold get scarce, so buy gold. So if you want to buy energy, then you need to sell gold. So the gold will drop and you will have volatility. But if you buy gold, then gold will go up, also will have volatility. So either this way or that way, right? There is always volatility. It can't be calmer because no one is going to sleep with their investment, right? So everyone is thinking which one to look for their investment. That's where the volatility comes in. All right, now you can see that after this news, before the news, since the Asian market opened, the market was in a downtrend, huge volatility. Now the market is in an uptrend, also huge volatility, right? So you can see that the market is in fact moving in either direction, either going up or going down. Okay, now here at this point, we can see that the market is showing there is a significant uptrend continuation in this lower time frame. Now at the moment, we can see that after this drop has broken this support here and has shown that there is a continuation. Now that news has significantly influenced the market, of course, because it's in fact a big news, right? Because since yesterday, there's a 48 hours ultimatum, right? And that could have been played out, and there was a significant rejection earlier that you have seen on gold price. But now that has changed because there has been a 5 days extension of that ultimatum, that I would say, which has created a different market condition now at the moment. And we could see the market is suddenly has changed its momentum so far, that you can see at this point. Now, technically, we can see that gold, it was in a downtrend. We had 2 trades earlier so far, which is running in. One is during our London session, the other one is during the just now in this live session. Every single day we are trading, guys. This is mine, and I believe you guys also have secured some position. Mine was closed little earlier, but you have got that. Now, if you are not on the free Telegram, you can stay connected by joining there, because each Sunday there is a premium Zoom lesson, the premium Zoom from the Forex Trading Wizard Academy. From that zone, for those who will be joining there, might get a chance to get into the entry to the academy to access the premium group, as well as the strategies, as well as the trading tools that I'm using every single day. With that resistance line, if you look at from this high here, the market is having that reaction back below. And also that move that you can see, the market is maintaining its from this high here. What else? New entry. Okay. So here also there is another one previously came 42 minutes earlier. This one 1 hour 57. So this is the latest one, I think. Trump tells CNBC he's pausing strikes on energy infrastructure for 5 days after talks with Iran. So when Donald Trump on Monday said he would order the military to postpone strikes on Iran's power plant and energy infrastructure for 5 days following productive dialogue regarding total resolution. So total resolution means that entirely solve the entire problem, what is happening there, of hostilities in the Middle East. That means that regional conflict. Trump said in a post on his Truth Social platform that the US and Iran have very good and productive conversation regarding complete and total resolution of our hostilities in the Middle East. The US President said this talk could continue through the week. Oil price fell sharply on the news. So with this news, you see that suddenly oil price dropped. Speaking on a call with CNBC on Monday. Okay, so it has been published in many other news agencies as well. Hi sir, you're running a trade now? Not yet. We have closed our position. Sell trade here that we have secured. We're looking for the next entry here in this area. So there is another one to Fox Business News. Trump to Fox deal with Iran could be 5 days or sooner. Okay, so there might be some ground has created here, and we'll see. And the market is having that on mind, looking at WTI. So oil has had a sharp drop. Right, so if you look at, which is from this high, from the lower time frame that you can see. Okay, and now in those situations, traders, usually, my trading strategy is that if you are trading on a short term, we trade, but it is a good idea always is not to trade on a sudden change, because sudden change can be reversed. You got my point. For example, if you look at gold, that you can see there was a established downtrend, right? So sudden change in that to an uptrend. Usually a trend never means that I'm not saying, because in trading anything can happen. Usually a trend doesn't change suddenly. It takes time. It takes quite a few false breakout, retest, and then finally it established to a trend. And that trend usually continues. So what news does is more often breaks from the trend, creates. So news usually more often you'll find that a catalyst for a trend continuation rather than trend change. More often news doesn't contribute in a change of trend, rather creates further opportunity for buying and selling in the direction of the trend. You got my point. So if you look at this gold market, that you can see, we can see that since the market opened from this level here, you see that how many 4-hour candle we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 red candle. The current one is only one green candle, which is, you can see that it's forming. Now, from the lower time frame, it looks like that it's a big uptrend now. But if you look at the 4 hour, you can see that it's still in a downtrend. So if this 4 hour candle is closing like that, for example, here, there's a very chance that the market will at least to drop again to this level here. Okay, so 430. So there is a it's not that it's gonna change the trend, but to potentially to create another opportunity for the seller. Okay, so if it is a change of this lower time frame changing a trend, we might find significant selling pressure here. But 4 hour, let the 4 hour candle close. That might be closing somewhere here, and because already the market has tested this previous support here as a resistance, and the chances for this market to this is the daily level the market has tested so far. Thank you. Can you go positive on the day or break the daily high? It might just reverse off this. The market already has, if you look at that's a massive move that happens so far and reverse again to the opposite direction. Okay, double top, because the market has, if you look at it, moved a lot. There has been significant volatility, a drop here and then reverse again back, right? So now this, if you look at after this breakup structure, it might go ahead and retest again, and off that retest the market may come down back below. Okay, so if it comes down, then only we can see the market is in a downtrend here. And Okay, so in this zone, this is after this break creating an overextension, the sellers trying to sell this market. Now the 4-hour candle close also very important. If you look at this, still 45 minutes remaining for this 4-hour candle to close, right? And before the candle close, we might see another attempt from the buyers to break this session's high. Now before the candle close, okay, where the candle is closing will be a very important point to look at for the next entry here. Looking at the calendar to see if there is any news later today. There is no news today. On 24th coming tomorrow will be flash manufacturing PMI and flash service PMI. Okay, so this is a key news that coming tomorrow, right, on dollar, and also there will be news later tomorrow on GBP and on euro. Okay, so here you can see that with that GBP and euro news, also after tomorrow there will be AUD news, which is CPI. This week's few event coming, and as past week was a big week for all the interest rate decisions, that might be now this week moving the market. So if you look at it, it's a very narrow range here now at the moment. And with this narrow range, we will be looking for the next entry. We had two trades earlier today. One is in this live session, the last one that we have closed. And also we had one in our previous session during the London session time in the premium group. By the way, for those who wanted to join the premium group, currently it's only if you are joining the Sunday's Zoom session, then you can see if there is any availability. The Zoom session link will be posted in the free Telegram, where I am also sharing many of my regular day-to-day trade ideas as well as education. So you can join, you can find link below this video. Now here is in this area, in that level, as it's a trend line that you can see. Of this trend line, there might be if the price breaks that high, that's where the new opportunity will be created. It's getting the rejection of this. I'm looking at the multiple time frame, ready for another entry. If it is a false breakout, do you think that? I'm looking for a sell here, but we can say the market is still showing a stronger false breakout for this market to drop down back below. For us to be able to enter, if you look at in this area there has been significant imbalance now has created. So from the 30 minutes perspective, this is a complete break below again after this initial bounce, and chances that the market could now break this low here. So I'll be looking for potential sell for this possible drop back below. So I'm looking to sell in this area for short-term sell for this potential move down back below. It's a quick move, so it's gonna be a fast moving sell for this potential drop down here back below, and we'll be closing also faster. And we had 300 I had 310 pip in my previous trade. In this live session, we'll look for another one potentially. So it's gonna be a very fast moving trade that I might not hold for a very long time, because the market is if you look at it's breaking in that direction. I would like to take that break below to this imbalance, and if you look at, there is an imbalance here, and you could see the market to drop down. So it might be that if the next 1 minute candle drop, and in the next 1 minute candle I might close this position as soon as it reach that downside move here. So looking for this move back down. If we look at here, and 30 minutes candle close coming in few minutes. We see some upside. I'd like to see that it's okay. So we might see we see that there is a selling coming in that area. Okay, wanna see break below, and if it breaks below, crossing this low, we will be taking the profit. That's how trading is, guys. One single drop will give us what we need for the next session. The previous session I had 310 pip, and some members have 450 pip as well. So you want to take this one as well to move in that direction to see creating a new lower low here, and we'll be looking to see. All right, so 30 minutes candle closing as well in very shortly. That candle close could be the market to have another move down back below, and that might bringing that market here to this the previous imbalance, previous area of imbalance. This is what we want to take this move. Okay, awesome, cool. We shall break below, and I'm going to close shortly as soon as it drops one more directional bias, and I'm taking this profit right now here. It might have some move. That's how the market is. Okay, still we could see that downside. It's interesting, guys, here. And there is a possibility for meltdown in this market to this support. If you look at the 30 minutes closed, and after the 30 minutes closed, the market is really became a bit of volatile again, and I think seller is still stronger here. Seller still dominates the market. It's gonna potentially, highly likely it's gonna break below here, and the chances the market to come down to this support that we can see it's getting the reaction back down. So whenever going up, there's a long week candle being created, so the sellers still showing higher interest for the selling. You're out with the trade, but what are kind of movement that I'm trying to see here for the next trading decision that you could see? Okay, so it has broken out of the trend line. Now it's off this trend line here. See if it, I think it might now try to return in this direction here. So if we see the market is rejecting off that level, you can expect it to drop a lot below this fair value gap. And we are almost traders at the end of this live session. We had 2 successful trades in this live session. One also was previous one. Thank you very much for joining here. This is the first trading day, first session, and I am coming up again tomorrow, again in the same time, to trade the market successfully. I hope that you learned here, you joined, you made money. Make sure also you can join the Telegram. You can find link below this video, where I'm sharing regular trade updates. And also don't miss out the Sunday Zoom session if you want to get into the entry to the academy from that session. That being said, thanks for joining here, and I'll see you again very soon trading live. Until that, stay